All right, we are getting straight into the player ratings, and this is how we're obviously going to be charging the next days, because all I think is these player ratings shouldn't obviously sleep. And today, Diallo is going to hit to do it. United 2, Man City 1, and I don't even remember the last time we won away at Etihad. Under who? Who was the manager? So smash the like button, comment and share, continue to subscribe. We want to obviously end this year by obviously hitting 20,000 subscribers on this channel. And how do you subscribe? Lower right bottom corner is the place to be. Smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. And this is how we do it onto the Unite Head Matters channel. New force, new charge, and we are good to go. And we are left with 180 something subscribers to hit 20,000 subscribers. So guys, please go ahead and obviously subscribe. Let this win of United really get us to that subscription level that we all want us to be at into the mix. Now, let's get to the player ratings. 1, Onana in the goalkeeping department. He never made anything wrong. And this is where I obviously tell people that when a person makes a mistake once, I don't obviously come here to slate him. And you've got to hit to see to it that those players of Manchester United that I've got to hit to slate onto a regular basis have found themselves in a position of really doing these things repetitively. That's my problem with them. But if a player does something once and goes ahead to play 10, 11 games without doing the same thing, I'm like, he's doing okay. Like Bruno Fernandes, when he was playing badly under Eric Ten Hag, I told you he was really playing badly. And when he played good in the I think the last 3 games of Eric Ten Hag, I came out and told you he's really doing okay. And under Ruben Amorim, he hasn't been looking fine. But in the previous 2-3 games, you see to it that Bruno is trying to obviously improve. And I told you about him that when he obviously starts to compose himself in the final third, he can obviously go into those levels of Odegaard, Kevin De Bruyne, and so on and so forth. So Onana today, ball distribution, very okay. I liked his confidence and how he commanded that back 3. And by the way, in that back 3, he has been playing with 2 players that he was playing with at Ajax. Lisandro. By the way, 3 of those. I think today Maguire came in through, but we all know to it that. Mazaraoui, Lisandro Martinez, and Matthias de Ligt, all of those 3 are playing at Ajax. You get? And he knows them very well. So you see to it that they know each other very well. And I'm giving Onana a 7.5 out of 10 because I believe he put in a very beautiful shift today. Now, we go to the back 3 that obviously came in through to start this beautiful game of football. We start off with Matthias de Ligt. Matthias de Ligt obviously came and played some minutes, and the manager took him off. And I think he needed that rest because you need to eat that. We had gone ahead to do something special, and we needed a player to obviously come and really do the needful in his position. But he played very well. I'm giving him an 8 out of 10. I think De Ligt played very well and defended very well. We go to Harry Maguire. Obviously, there is nothing that speaks better than his stats that have been compiled by Statman Dave into this encounter. 100% tackle win rate, 100% ground duels won, 5 interceptions, 3 clearances, 3 tackles attempted, 3 tackles won, 1 block. That is Harry Maguire for you. And it was a colossal performance coming in from Harry Maguire into the mix. So that is Harry Maguire for you. And that's what he has gone ahead to obviously offer to the club of Manchester United today. And I'm giving him a 9 out of 10. He looked great into that game. And I liked his leadership when there was a confrontation between Kyle Walker and there was a confrontation between Kyle Walker and it was between Kyle Walker and Rasmus Højlund. That way he came up and obviously got hold of players and shielded off those people to protect the young star. That is Rasmus Højlund was really great. You understand? So I think he deserves a 9 out of 10. He really looked good into that beautiful game of football. Lisandro Martinez, obviously having an assist for the winner, and he looked great. The butcher of Manchester. Obviously, 100% grand duels completed. If you remember very well, dribbles completed. There is even that one that really went ahead, obviously. See, he was pressed by 2 players, and the way he obviously controlled that ball, in a blink of an eye, he had obviously shielded off Bernardo Silva and KDB that we are really obviously pressing him. 98% passing accuracy. That's what this guy gets you. You know, do you know what it means to have a 98% passing accuracy? That's really high. 61 passes attempted and he completed 60 passes. Only one pass never went where he wanted it to go. 2 clearances, 2 chances created, 1 interception, 1 block, 1 assist. That is Lisandro Martinez for you. He also gets a 9.2 out of 10 for me, and that is Lisandro Martinez for you. That is the back three. I think we are done with the back three, and let's go to the wing backs. First wing back was all about Mazarawi. This guy, you know, this guy, really great. If you remember, that chance, the best chance of the game for me was that one that was created by Rasmus Højlund. But remember, who initiated that play? It was Mazarawi from the halfway line, and he really took off Jeremy Doku, and he put him on his carrier and found a pass to Rasmus Højlund. Højlund, line splitting pass. Bruno Fernandes was found. He faces the goalkeeper 1v1, dinks it over the goalkeeper. It didn't obviously get into where we wanted. So that is the man himself, known as Mazarawi. So he had 100% dribbles completed, 45 passes completed, then 9 out of 14 duels won, 6 out of 9 tackles won, 2 clearances, 1 interception, 1 block, you know, and he obviously went ahead, pocket at Jeremy Doku. And 9 out of 10 for me, for this guy, because he went ahead, do the needful. We go to Diego Diallo. I think he did his job, and I think the only problem that Diego Diallo is lacking in his game when he's playing on the left is how he obviously comes up to put in his end product. He needs to obviously improve his end product. And this time around, I don't want him to obviously go on shooting, you know. Let him go for those pinpointing crosses, far post crosses, right? Into the 18 yards box area. All else, he goes in for these on that D, like, you know, that semicircle onto the 18 yards box area. You know it very well. So I think he needs to obviously be looking out for those passes. You know, all else, he should be perfecting his shots that really come from that side. But he takes an 8 out of 10. He looked good. He closed down that area. He was not really roasted or cooked by the forwards of Man City. And going forward, he was really great. And those passes, you know, the inverting passes to the midfield of Manchester United were really great for him. 8 out of 10 for me. We go to the double pivot, and who were the first 2 players to play there? It was Bruno Fernandes and Manuel Ugarte. Let's see what Ugarte registered in here as his game by numbers. Manuel Ugarte versus City, 95% passing accuracy, you understand? 41 passes attempted, 39 passes complete, meaning that he only put 2 passes wrong. He only put the foot wrong twice. And I pity everyone who was like, he's not good at passing the ball. The boy is good. 7 duels won, 7 tackles attempted, 4 tackles won, 2 interceptions, 1 key pass, 1 shot. United was unstoppable today, you know. So that is the guy. And he takes a 9 out of 10. That is it. He went ahead, obviously, play there with Bruno Fernandes, though he later shifted to the number 10 position. And Bruno had 65 touches completed, 65 touches, 12 ball recoveries, most in the game. That means he ran a lot, and obviously his game reading is really improving. 5 tackles, 3 chances created, 2 out of 4 crosses completed, 2 shots, 1 goal. And obviously that is Bruno Fernandes for you. And I give him a 9 out of 10 on the day. That is Bruno Fernandes for you. Now, Mason Mount was one of those players that played in the midfield but later went off because of injury. He's becoming an injury-prone player in there, and it's not really good news for us, as we who want him to obviously be looking better. So he needs to obviously style up and obviously do the needful. That is a Ruben. We are talking about Mason Mount. 6 out of 10 for him, because he never lasted for long on the pitch and he's not going to be available. We go to the other player that played into that game, Amad Diallo. Okay, let's go to Kobbie Mainoo, who was brought into his position. Kobbie Mainoo played very well, and he has his own stat that has been registered today. And his heat map is really very, very, very wondrous. And Statement Dev tells us that despite not starting the game, Kobbie Mainoo won 5 out of 6 tackles versus Manchester United. Only Mazraoui won 6 on the pitch. You get? So, despite him not starting the game, he really won very many tackles. And let me take this opportunity to obviously have a little bit of a flash of his heat map in here. Kobbie Mainoo's heat map into this entire game of football. You people will get to know that if Kobbie Mainoo obviously gets well with Manuel Ugarte in that double pivot, then we will be good and good to go at the side of Manchester United. So, that is Kobbie Mainoo for you, and that's what he did. That was his heat map in there for you at the stats zone in there for you. Kobbie Mainoo, congratulations. And he really, there is no joy for any United youth like United coming up and obviously beating this side of Man City, because they know what it means to obviously win this. When we lose, you don't know what is in that city. By the way, all the screens in the city are painted blue, and they do have a word on them, Manchester painted blue. When United wins against City, there is red painted all over the screens of the city. That shows you the power of this game. So these young lads have gone ahead to grow up, see this, And by the way, for the Kobbie Mainoos, they haven't enjoyed United winning very many games against City. That's why it means a lot for them, Maybe Rashford was there when Ferguson was doing his craft, when he was young and seeing everything happen, So that is it all about Kobbie Mainoo. And it takes an 8.5 out of 10 for me. Then we go to Amady Diallo. If I'm to talk Amady Diallo, we can't sleep here. But he did all what he had to do today. You saw what he really put up. 94% passing accuracy, 7 out of 10 duels won, including that one that resulted into a penalty for Manchester United to make it 1-1 in the 88th minute. 5 out of 8 dribbles completed, 4 shots. He had the most shots at goal, 1 penalty, 1 goal. That is Amady Diallo for you. And for Amad, he's taking a 10 out of 10. Guys, I rarely come up and obviously give a player out of 10 out of 10. And in the history of these player ratings, I've never gone ahead to do it. Tell me, have I ever gone ahead to give a player 10 out of 10? Tell me, have I? I've never. But for Amady Diallo, for what he executed or exhibited today on the field of play, I give him that 10 out of 10 because he deserves it, because he really outcompeted himself as a player. And he really put in a very beautiful shift. I've always told you that he's the star boy of this team. He's a different kind of player altogether, and we know what he brings to the field of play. And for him, the first goal, contributor, second goal, winning a Manchester City derby, being the new boss in town, I tell you, he deserves all the flowers. That is Amady Diallo for you. So he takes a 10 out of 10 for me in this game of football. We go to Rasmus Højlund, who led the line. I think he did very well. He did play his job. And the only problem, I've already told you that we don't really feed in our number 9 a lot. And that is the problem that I really went ahead, obviously, find into that entire game. Our number 9 was really suffocated. He was into a graveyard and he never really got himself in that position. And he saw to it that he had to obviously drop deep to obviously create a chance for Bruno Fernandes. Yes, yet Bruno Fernandes is supposed to be the guy responsible for obviously creating something for this guy that we're talking about. So he takes an 8 out of 10. He really endured a lot, and his endurance really gave us a lot. Not until Joshua Zirkzee came in for him. For Joshua Zirkzee, he's going to get an 8 out of 10. His runs off the ball were really great, because one will be asking, bro, Kani, how would you go ahead and obviously give him an 8 out of 10? The runs off the ball, I've going to have to explain to you that in that match reaction. That run he makes to obviously create space for Amady to run there. It is really very, very, very exceptional into the mix. That is Amad. That is Rasmus Højlund for you. Sorry, Zirkzee. And Zirkzee gets an 8 out of 10. The other player that came on, Anthony, I'm giving him a 7.5. He looked good on the ball. He's no longer selfish, and he's meaning business on the ball. And I told you, you cannot really rate him out, or rule him out, Let the season come to an end. You never know what this player is really going to be becoming here. at Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim is giving every player a fair and fair chance. You understand? So that's what I know about this lad. So I'm giving him I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. Then we go to Lenny Yoro, 7 out of 10. The other player that came on was which player came on? Because they brought on Lenny Yoro. Let me check out these players that came on. Kobe Mainu, Zexi, Anthony, Lenny Yoro. Who else came on? Who else? Is it Ariel Malacia? Let me see who else came off the bench. Oh, Victor Lindelof came on, for Amadi Diallo after he obviously scored that goal, and the manager was like, please, come, get your rest. You've played very many matches and you need to rest. So those are the substitutions were made. And for Lindelof, 7 out of 10 will be back. And let's obviously get to the manager. 9 out of 10. He's one of those that deserves a 9.5 out of 10 because he really put in a very beautiful shift that most of you enjoyed. And I tell you what, he gave us joy that we all needed today. So that is exactly what we want from the manager. And now we go to the man of the match. It's none other than Amadi Diallo. Super Amad Diallo. And I tell you what, he's really taking the headlines today. And it's not only going to be today, because even when we are playing against Victoria Pleasant, you saw to it that he was responsible for really getting us back into that game. For the first goal, he went for the goal. The goalkeeper really deflected that ball, or really fisted it back into the mouth of the goal. That made a well-made run of Rasmus Højlund there. So he's really writing history at Manchester United. So be aware of this guy. He's gonna be coming up and obviously putting in more and 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 more years that will obviously take us to the next level as a club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. My man of the match is Amadi Diallo. You can as well tell me who your man of the match was. I don't think that many of you are really going to be differing from me, because it was written all over the wall that it's Amadi Diallo who takes this back home. So I'm out for now. See you later. Player ratings are in, and I think most of you are excited about it because you've been waiting for this. Bye-bye. See you later.